Yo, what's up guys? What's up guys? This is Geeks Beat, aka Authentic Mix. Today I want to break down how I mix and mastered um, Monica by Kuami Eugene. But then I'll do the mixing session first, then I'll do the mastering session later. So I had to figure out a way to do this in Cubase. I don't know, but for some reasons, when I'm recording my screen and I'm trying to like do this video for you guys, I don't know, but for some reason I'm not able to do it. So I had to like bounce the vocals as one, take out all the vocal channels and tracks from the session before I was able to do this video for you guys. So without wasting my time, let's dive in, and along the line I will explain what I did on the vocals. So this is how I got the session from Kuami. The vocals, like I had the vocal tracks as well, but like I was saying, I had to bounce the vocals so that I'll be able to do this video for you guys. So let's focus on the beat, because I am more of a beat guy. I always want my beats to sound good. After that, then the vocal comes in. Even though in music the artist is the most important thing, but I feel like the foundation of every great song has to do with the beat. And if the beat sits well, the beat feels good, you don't need to do too much to get the vocals to sit right. So without wasting my time, let me show you what I did. So I started with the percussions. I grouped them. These are the percussion sounds. So let me bypass nothing really crazy, just a little bit jump in volume. But then this is the plugin that I use on the percussions. I use this plugin. This is Purple Audio Compressor. I think I've showed you guys this compressor already. This, I think I wasn't taking more than a dB on this compressor. Yeah, so mostly I use this compressor just for the texture and the color. I think this compressor gives my drums a little bit of punch, even without taking like without any gain reduction on the compressor. Even though I don't use this compressor anymore, but when I mixed Monica by Kuami, I used this compressor. Then I also used this preamp. I use this preamp from UAD, Universal Audio. I use this for texture and color as well, and I also use the EQ section to brighten up the mix a little bit on the percussions. Then I have my full drum bass, which I used Shadow Hills compressor, and I think I wasn't taking too much. I'm sure I wasn't doing more than a dB of gain reduction. So let's listen. Bypass. See that it glues up the mix a little bit. I'm not soloing everything. I just want you guys to like see the process, whatever I did, because these are things or stuff that I've showed you guys already. These plugins are plugins that you guys have seen me using already. I just want you to have the feel of what these plugins actually do on these songs. A few settings have changed. I don't do some of these settings anymore. Currently, I would have changed the settings like this. Just do this. Add a little bit of the air, and I still would have gotten the same sound. You understand? Just that, you know, when you start using plugins and as time goes on, you explore them, you understand the plugins better. So that is what I did on this particular plugin. So let's jump in to the bass. Let me show you what I did on the bass as well. There's the bass. So I use decapitator. These are my settings. So let's play the drums and the bass together. Let's see how it sounds. Yeah, so I did a little bit of sidechain compression on the bass itself, the actual bass and the kick, so that I'll create space in the low end, so that because there is a log drum playing at the same time, so we needed to, like, you know, create space for the log drum to also hit, also the bass and the kick to punch through the bass a little bit, so that you can still feel the bounce and the groove, and also feel the log drum punching through. So this, I used Fat Filter Pro MB. It's more of a dynamic compressor. It's a multi-band compressor. So I used it to sidechain the bass and the kick. So this is how it sounds. Yeah, so that is it. I was just trying to, you know, create space at the low end. So if you hear Monica inside club, you see that, like, the heaviness is still there. The song is very heavy. It has, and you don't feel too much like rumbly on the low end, because, like, I really like took my time to make it work at the low end, because your low end is the most important thing when it comes to mixing. If your low end feels good, your song will be able to translate well when you go to clubs or when you listen to your song loud. So that is what I did. Apart from that, I think I used EQ to I EQ this particular sound a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, so I EQ this particular sound because of the bass. You know, if you listen to this sound without the EQ, you can feel like there is some kind of very heavy low end on this particular pad. So I EQ'd it off because of the bass and the log drums and the kick. It's a very heavy production, so you need to create space so that all these instruments can sit well in the mix. We didn't want to create too much voltage in the low end. It makes our song booming, and you know, some frequencies clashing here and there. Let me up, baby, and I go make you my lady all night long. Body me money, cow. Make me up, baby, and I go make you my lady all night long. Body me money, cow. Yeah, 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 yeah. Body me money, cow. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. So you know, one thing about Kuami is, because he's a producer and he's a recording engineer himself, he mostly records with his template. He has a vocal template that he uses. So most of the times when artists who record themselves send me sessions, it's more of like me adding a little bit of my vibe to their vibe, because I've studied that if you change too much on their vocals, the project will be rejected. It's not that the mix is not good. The mix can be good, but artists, because when they record themselves, they mostly listen to the song over and over and over. Sometimes it could be like a month, weeks before they send it over for mixing. So they are already stuck with their old sound. They're already stuck with their old vocals, how they are sounding. The moment something changes, you are in trouble. So when you get session like that from artists who are also producers, who are also songwriters and record themselves, these are stuffs that you should think about. Like, you shouldn't do too much. So sometimes when you do too much and you send the project to them, it becomes a new thing to them. And most of the times, it's not that your idea is not good. Your idea is good, just that it becomes difficult for artists to stick to a newer sound, especially on vocals, if you're mixing for them. So I am big on the beats because or I was big on the beats because I wanted to get the beats right, and no matter how his vocal sounds, that is his choice, and so on and so on. So with this particular song, I was really focused on the beat, and I left the vocals mostly for Kuami, even though the compression on the vocals, the reverb, these are my settings, but the vocal EQ, how the vocal has been EQ'd, is Kwami's settings. I didn't change anything on that, because the moment the tone of the vocal changes, the project is going to be rejected. So that is literally how this whole project came together. I'll show you the mix bus, and this is something that I've always shown you guys. These are settings that I don't do most of them again, because of I keep growing from time to time. I keep changing my ears, I keep advancing and knowing new things. I keep adding new things to myself. So these settings, this is what I used on this particular project. These are the settings that I used on this particular project. So this is my mix bus. If I bypass the mix bus, this is how it sounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello Monica, can you come over? Make it drop love and tuna. I want you here, don't send me your tuna.
So I did 2.5 spread on this particular plugin. It's from Waves. Then my favorite plugin, God Particle. Currently, I would have set this thing to oversampling 4, but this was what I used on this mix. Then I had this particular plugin. This is from Plugin Alliance. This Alpha Master, Elysia Alpha Master. I think I wasn't doing more than a dB on. So as you can see, I wasn't doing more than a dB on the game, and I used this plugin as well. This is from UAD. This is more of a tape plugin. I don't use it currently, but when I mixed Monica by Kuami Eugene, it had this plugin on it. So these are the plugins that I use on my mix bus. Feel the weight, apart from the jumping volume, which it's intentional, because you can see I added the gain myself. So I don't mix then later put this mix bus process. So before I start the mixing, I mix into this particular mix bus process. If I should have anything on my mix bus at all, I'll always start the mix with those plugins on. I hope you guys understand what I mean. If I should put anything on my mix bus when I'm mixing, provided it being any plugin at all, that plugin will be on before I start the mixing. So when I'm balancing the mix and everything, when I'm doing my my buses, when I'm processing my buses and everything, the settings or the plugins on my mix bus, they are there and they are active. So I'm mixing right into them that is literally how I do my stuff. I know most mixing engineers do that as well. I think if you want to mix, you should try that one as well. So with the vocals, I use Valhalla Vintage Verb. With the compression on the vocals, I used UAD 2A, UAD LA 2A. I use that compressor. Then I think that is all. I sent doubler. I sent doubler to the vocals and everything. So there's nothing really crazy. Like I've shown you guys how I mostly like mix my vocals. So apart from what Kuami Eugene did himself on the vocals, I wish I could show you guys that particular one. But the only problem is that I couldn't do that in Cubase because Cubase was just taking my RAM, and I couldn't record the video and also like record the screen. So that is why I had to export the vocals like this. So let's listen to the song again. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. I will take time and explain anything. I'm sure I have explained a lot here. On the kick, sorry, I did a little bit of gain reduction here. I did a little bit of limiting because there was some kind of peaks I was trying to control. So I was trying to control these peaks on the kick. I was thinking about mostly like 2 dB on that on that particular loop, because if you, as you can see from here, these are some peaks. I was trying to control the peaks. So apart from that, I don't think there was anything crazy there. These are normal stuffs here. I don't normally like put separate plugins on. I think I EQ'd the lock drum a little bit. So just because we had like a lot of heavy stuffs going on in the song, we're just literally trying to create space for everything, because you need to actually control like the voltage of every instrument so that they don't clash, else you have like build up in your low end, then it's going to cause you problems. So as you can see from here, these are everything that I did on the beats.
Let me your baby, and I go make you my lady all night long. Body me more.
Yes, and I did parallel compression as well on the drums. So I did this, then I took out the low end, then I blended it in. So let me see if we can listen to that segment alone. I was squashing the hell out of these drums. I was just blending it in a little bit, just to it makes the drums a little bit aggressive. So let's bypass the parallel compression. Let's see. One thing about me is like these are stuff that you can literally do away with. Like if I bypass this thing right now, you don't see them, like you don't see any change like that. And I'm the subtle guy most of the times. I don't do too much. I just do subtle changes for a bigger picture, like if that's the right word. Subtle changes for a bigger final answer. That is how I do my stuff. Because sometimes too much changes or too many changes, the song will look different for the artist. That is one thing that I've studied about mixing. Sometimes You don't need to do too much. Once you do too much, the song changes. You have to go back and forth. And if the moment there is too much or too many back and forth on the project, that energy, that vibe on the project will just get lost. You understand? And the project might be taken from you and given to another person. That is one thing you don't want to experience, you know, because it creates a little bit of mental problems for you, you know, especially when your ideas don't come to fruition. You sometimes question yourself that are you too good? Are you not doing something right or anything, you know? So these things really do play mental games with you as a mixer. That's why when you receive projects from people, I feel like you should literally try to get it sounding good by not doing too much, you know. Especially producer can tell you that, Charlie, I don't feel the kick again, because maybe you have EQ'd the kick, the tone of the kick has changed. So sometimes you need to get yourself into the mood of however the artist or the producer felt when they were creating the song. Then you can understand them as well, you know. So let me play the song from top. Then this is how I mix Monica. So if you have any question, like I said, you can put it in the comment section, then I'll find time and reply to all your questions.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello Monica, can you come over? Make it chop love and tuna. I want you here, don't send me your tuna. I don't mind that Uber driver, I go feed by that Uber. Oh my girl, pardon me money, cow. Make me your baby, and I go make you my lady all night long. Pardon me money, cow. Make me your baby, and I go make you my lady all night long. Pardon me money, cow. Yeah, 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 yeah. Pardon me money, cow. Yeah, 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 yeah. Pardon me money, cow.
Yeah guys, so I'll end this video here. Catch you next time. Peace out.